So we'll keep an eye on that and bring you up to speed when anything else develops. But by the way, we have someone on the line all the way from Abia State. He's Tony Ademodi. Apparently, he is a correspondent that is located in Abia State. He would speak to us about the forthcoming World Cup qualifier between Nigeria and Zimbabwe. Good to have you. Good morning, Tony.
Yeah, good morning, Charles. It's good to be with you this morning.
Thank you for joining us. Give us an overview of what happened between Nigeria and Rwanda, and also talk to us on how you think the strengths of the Super Eagles that showed against Rwanda can be harnessed for the game that is due today by 5 p.m.
Well, Charles, first, it was a very good turnout of result for the Eagles when they played against the Amavubi of Rwanda on Friday. A very good result they recorded against the Rwanda's 2-0 win. We all saw that game, and that result kind of gave Nigerians hope that the Eagles may stand a chance of qualifying for the World Cup, in as much as we know that it's still a long way to go. That game has been sorted. We are looking forward to the next game, which will be held today, the game against the Zimbabwe team, which is very, very crucial. Going into this one, Charles, it is very important that the Eagles get a win here against the Zimbabwe team, because anything short of a win today might as well put us in a very difficult situation. Talking about the game, Eric Chell, the coach of the Super Eagles, had a fantastic start to his tenure as Super Eagles manager with that 2-0 win against the Rwanda team on Friday. Now, he's charged with the task of reigniting Nigeria's faltering World Cup campaign. Eric Chell will have to ensure that they get to win today. The three-time African champions, Nigeria, they have managed to get just 3 draws from those outings, which has brought a whole lot of frustrations, especially after a shock 2-1 defeat to Benin Republic. If you remember, that was in 2024. But now I think we should be looking at qualifying. The major thing here is Nigerians want to see the Eagles qualify. Can we find a way around it? That is the Zimbabwe team. I think one thing that gave us an edge the Rwanda team on Friday was the fact that Victor Osimhen Rwanda team on Friday, this is to find a way we cannot win, because we need to get crucial with Zimbabwe. If you look at it, we've got 6 points now on the table, 2 points behind second place Republic, who will be playing against South Africa today. South Africa today, I think, will not.
Tony, it seems your line is breaking. Seems you're on the trip to Uyo. Your line isn't very, very clear. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Okay, yeah. It's clear now.
Okay, so I said that for today, it is important that we get that win, because if you look at it, the Republic, who have who are also on top of us. If you look at that table, Nigeria have got 6 points right now, so it means that we must find a way of getting a win. The Republic will play against South Africa today. That is another crucial game that would, give us a chance. I think Nigerians would love to see that game end in a draw. If Benin Republic can play out the draw with South Africa, then I think we stand a better chance. But if South Africa gets a win against Benin Republic, it means the South Africans will be having 13 points. So for me, I think it's very important that we win this game. Zimbabwe themselves come into this game on the back of a spirited fight back. We did see them recover from a 2-goal deficit to play out the 2-2 draw against Benin Republic on Thursday last week. Now, they got their goals from Marshall Monetsi and Knowledge Musonda. So it means the Zimbabwe team are also trying to see if they can bounce back. They are bottom of the log as far as that table is concerned. But I think they'll be searching for their first win of the campaign if they can get a win against the Eagles today, which I think might be difficult. They've actually managed just 3 points from 3 draws. So it means it's going to be a tough one for them. The Warriors of Zimbabwe, they have struggled largely from a very leaky defense. They have a leaky defense line. They ship in lots of goals. They've shipped in about 8 goals, in this qualifying season. while their strikers have also lacked bite up front, finding the net at the back of the net only 4 times. So it means that the Zimbabwe team will be facing a very stern test today, knowing fully well that they will be facing coming up against one of the very clinical strikers in Africa, in the world, Victor Osimhen, Ademola Lookman as well. So I think we might capitalize on that because the Zimbabwe team have shown that they can concede goals. So for me, their overall form doesn't really inspire much confidence either. I think with Zimbabwe are winless in their last 5 games, with 2 draws and 3 defeats. So it means the form guide going into this one doesn't really favor them. It kind of favors the Super Eagles of Nigeria. But we just hope that football being what it is, we will be able to, get a good result today. And talking about the team list, Charles, if you look at that game against Rwanda, we had some injury concerns after that win we had against Rwanda. Nigeria player Bright Osai Samuel, is a doubt for today's game. He did pick up a knock in the last game against Rwanda. And let's also remember that Eric Chell, the Super Eagles gaffer, is always deploying a 4-4-2 formation. So what it means is that if Bright Osai Samuel isn't past fit for this game, we might see Ola Oino, the Nottingham Forest player, reverting to his natural right back position. We did see him play in the left back position, but this time it looks as if Ola Oino might be playing as a right back, depending on the fitness level of Bright Osai Samuel, who is a natural right back. Then or maybe Bruno Nyemechi might actually fill the left back position. That is if Bright Osai Samuel isn't past fit for this game. Now, if you look at the other areas in the team, the midfield, we should expect Samuel Chukwueze, who might be given another starting bet in this game. Maybe Rafael Onyedika might be brought in because Samuel Chukwueze did not really impress so much in that game against Rwanda. Meanwhile, in the midfield, expect Alex Iwobi. He's likely going to retain his place alongside Ademola Lookman, who would operate just behind the strikers, as Osimhen will be looking forward to maybe adding to his already 25 goals he scored for the Eagles. A figure that has cemented his status as Nigeria's second all-time top scorer. Talking about Victor Osimhen, he's got 2 goals ahead of legendary Shego Debami, and he's got 12 goals to meet behind the legendary Rashid Yekini, who holds the record as the highest goal scorer for Nigeria with 37 goals. So now for Zimbabwe, I think it's going to be a tough one for them. I think they might just struggle again today. I'm expecting the Eagles to come up with a decent result here going into this game, especially when we know that the Zimbabwe defense line has proven that they can concede goals.
All right. Quite interesting analysis that you've given us, Tony. We'll keep an eye on that game, and then we'll see how it goes. But what's your prediction for today's game?
Well, Charles, I'm going to go for a 2-0 win. I'm going to stick, with the same scoreline we had in Rwanda. I think the Eagles will score at least 2 goals today in Uyo. That game kicks off at 5 p.m. Nigerian time. And also, an update, Charles. The Akwa Ibom State government have, in their magnanimity, has issued free gates. They've bought all the tickets. They've called on fans to come into the stadium to watch that game free of charge. So expect the nest of champions in Uyo, the Godswill Akpabio Stadium in Uyo, to have lots of fans today because it's a free gate. This is a way of trying to motivate the Super Eagles of Nigeria to see. And big kudos to the Akwa Ibom State government. They've shown that they love the Super Eagles. They've actually supported the Eagles every time we have our qualifying games played in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State.
The Benin Republic game with South Africa, is it going to be the same time?
Yes, of course. It's a crucial game. So it means that we just have to win our own. And let's hope that, the result of that game that will be played in Ivory Coast. I think the advantage there might just be South Africa because that game will not be played in Benin Republic. It will be played on a neutral ground in Ivory Coast, all because Benin Republic, they're trying to fix their stadium and all that, so they opted to play on a neutral ground. So I think the South Africans might have a little advantage going into that one, especially as the game will be played on a neutral ground.
All right, fingers crossed. Many thanks, Tony, for your time. We truly appreciate your analysis. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, Charles.
Save Nature TV. News in your pocket.